Oh, I'm sorry. I was a little chilly this morning, so I grabbed the sweater out of the closet, and I didn't realize it's about 4 sizes too big. It doesn't look so good, does it? So anyways, where was I? Oh, yes. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. It's nice to meet you. I'm Christina, K-R-I-S-T-I-N-A. This is where we read books and talk about books. No special effects going on here. And if you are here on a Friday, I hope you checked out Star Trek Next Generation Recap. Every single Friday, I recap the episodes from Star Trek Next Generation. I'm a series person, as you can tell. That big, huge, empty space is what we're talking about today. And if you are here, it's If Then Friday. If you like this author, then maybe you'll like this one. And don't forget Flashback Mondays, where we talk about all the books listed in Romantic Times Book Review. I got a little carried away the other day and did over 70 books. And I think I'm looking towards that now. I've been doing a whole bunch of if-thens. I'm going to continue to do if-thens. I have tons of ideas. I can't keep up with my ideas. And we started out with the Bridgertons. If you like Julia Quinn's Bridgertons, you'll really like Stephanie Lauren Sinster's, Joanna Lindsay's Mallory's. Mary Balo has 3 different families series going on there. One of them is currently going on the Someone to Love, Someone to Cherish. There's a whole bunch of someones. I did them way back last year. Please check them out. This is another series that we'll be doing later in the year. I just did, you'll be seeing this video in the next, either you just saw it or you will be seeing the next couple days, the newest one in this series. So you'll check that out. And so this is Witches. And I went overboard with my research here. My girl pal here, I couldn't find the mag. I didn't have the subscription in the early days. My subscription only started in 07. So, and I didn't go through looking through the other ones. I was just in this one. And we will be doing this one later on this year, but we haven't gotten to 2014 yet. We're currently working in 2010. But, and we'll get to this in a second. I'm kind of out of my loop here. But I wanted to talk about my gal pal here, Kim Harrison and Rachel and the Witches. I have to be very careful with my computer. For those of you who don't know, the bottom fell out and it's being held together by a binder clip. So, Kim Harrison, the lady who writes about Rachel, are half witch, half demon. And she's getting into a relationship with Trent. There's a little, we're going to go through this. Let me just do this. The first book, wait a second. The first book, this is your reading order for Kim Harrison's The Hollows. Rachel and Ivy and Kristen and Jenks and David and the rest of the crew. Book 1, Dead Witch Walking. All the creatures of the night gather in the hollows of Cincinnati to hide, to prowl, to party, and to feed. Vampires rule the darkness in a predator-eat-predator world, rife with dangers beyond imagining, and it's Rachel Morgan's job to keep that world civilized. A bounty hunter and a witch with serious sex appeal and attitude shall bring him back alive, dead, or undead. Book 1. Book 2. The Good, the Bad, and the Undead. It's a tough life for witch Rachel Morgan, sexy independent bounty hunter, prowling the darkest shadows of downtown Cincinnati for criminal creatures of the night. She can handle the leather-clad vamps and even tangle a cunning demon or two. But a serial killer who feeds on the experts in the most dangerous kind of black magic is definitely pressing the limits. Confronting an ancient applicable evil is more than just child's play, and this time Rachel will be lucky to escape with her very soul. Every which way but dead. There's no witch in Cincinnati tougher, sexier, or more screwed up than bounty hunter Rachel Morgan, who's already put her love life and her soul in dire jeopardy through her determined efforts to bring criminal night creatures to justice. Book 4. A Fistful of Charms. The evil night things that prowl Cincinnati despise witch and bounty hunter Rachel Morgan. Her new reputation in the dark arts is turning human and undead heads alike with the intent to possess bed and kill her, not necessarily in that order. Book 5. A Few Demons More. The Outlaw Demon Whales. White Witch Black Curse. Black Sanctioned Magic. A Pale Demon. And this is the one that's mentioned in this particular magazine article. This is the one that was coming out. It got 4.5 stars. With her exceptional Hollow series nearing the end, Harrison delivers some amazing major payoffs and throws new wrenches into the life of day-walking demon Rachel Morgan. For those who have followed the series from the beginning, the arc of Rachel's life and of her relationships has been riveting and trouble-laden, but that ride has been well worth it, as some of those plot threads are definitely beginning to coalesce. Huge kudos as Harrison really nails this one. Rachel had hoped that after saving the Ever After, her life could calm down a little, but fat chance of that happening. When magic spells start to backfire or go awry, Rachel is horrified to realize that wild magic could be leaking from her ley line. In an additional frightening twist, all the head vampires of Cincinnati seem to be dead asleep and freed from the control of their masters. Vampire insurrection is on the rise. With all this going on, the truce between Inderlands and humans is collapsing. And she did A Perfect Blood, Ever After, The Undead Pool, and I think she stopped with this one, The Witch with No Name. And if you're going through my videos, I'm in the process of doing Lover Reborn, J.R. White's Lover Reborn. And Tor is getting to know a lady, and her name is No Name. She needs to get a name at some point, but her name is No Name, or No One. So that just struck me that that's what the book is called. But as we know, or if you didn't know, Kim Harrison tried a couple of different series, and they didn't go anywhere. Unlike Charlene Harris, who quit Sookie Stackhouse, and that was the end, the end of it. Kim Harrison, for us, the fans, came back to Rachel and found a lot more story to tell. We had a American Demon, a $1 Million Demon, Trouble with Cursed, and Demons of Good and Evil. So now that we've done all of Kim Harrison, which is our witch to start with, we'll move on to the several hundred other witch books that I have to recommend to you. So, and we will do a more extensive, I will probably pull out all these Kim Harrison books again when we get to 2014. Another lady who does, and I'm just going to go through this quickly. Did I pull up papers? What did I do with the books? Lord have mercy. This is definitely a what you see is what you get channel. This is a no frills channel. This is an, what did I do with the, I know I pulled them out. Alright, well, I'll just come back to it then. I know they're here. I know they're here. Alright, let's just go through them. Maybe I'll find them. A couple of months ago, I'm not gonna put a picture up, but you can go check this out. I did a video a couple of weeks ago. I've talked about this book twice previously. Once in a Flashback Monday for August 2009, so you can check that out. And then I did a review of the actual book. I read it, and I'm still on the fence on whether I liked it or not. But you can go back and check it and see the book. I had the book. It's here somewhere. Juliet Blackwell, Secondhand Spirits. Lily Ivy is a 21st century Samantha Stevens minus the nose wriggling. An endearing creation like the bewitched character, Blackwell's Lily is bright, kind, and unrelenting in her fight against an evil demon. The story combines fun and seriousness for an entertaining robe. I didn't think she was like Bewitched. I didn't even think of Bewitched when I was reading this, just a heads up. Lily, who has extraordinary spellcasting powers, recently relocated to San Francisco to open a vintage clothing store. She's trying to lead a normal life and make some friends. While another child disappears and one of Lily's clients is murdered, Lily is drawn into the world of evil spirits and spooky ghosts. Her investigations put her in the path of two attractive men, Mythbuster Max Carmichael and fellow witch Aiden Rhodes. Can Lily save the missing child and guard her own secrets as well? Please check out my video on this particular series. Then I had, let's see. I've got a lot of these. Have you seen? Let's see. Where is it? I was trying to save money by not making copies because I was going through ink like crazy. And you know how expensive ink is. So I got another one here. Annette Blair. And I have this and I cannot find it. And we will talk about it. And we talked about it when I did 2007. Sex and the Psychic Witch. Annette Blair. Introduced in Blair's last book, Harmony and Her Sisters are fun to read about. With plenty of paranormal activity and lots of sexual tension, the story moves along at a fine clip. You'll love this heroine and the absolute great hero. Their friends adding the finishing touches, making this a definitely magical read. The Cartwright triplets all have magical powers. Sister Harmony can read the history of old objects, and the discovery of antique rings sends her to Paxton Castle. Haunted by a witch, the castle is owned by King, who inherited it and is now trying to get it in shape to sell. Harmony is surprised to find that she has a psychic connection with King, and things start heating up between them. But they can get really complicated when Harmony calls on her sisters to help rid the castle of its ghost. Check it out. Away so that I'm doing a lot of these today. Joey Hill, something about witches. Hill, it's got 4.5 stars. Hill writes men to die for, typically alpha males. They love deeply and do not let anything or anyone get in their way. Witches and sorcerers abound. Their first entry of the Arcane Shot series. This action jumps right off the page. Ruby Knight Divine has settled into her role as the owner of an arcane shot at gun store. It's a far cry from Witches R Us, but it's better suited to the dark side of her life that's taken over the past 3 years. Now Derek Stormwind is back in her life. She exiled him without explanation, but he's recruiting her to help fend off some nasty creatures from the underworld. Ruby is a skilled trainer of witches, and Derek is a guardian, determined to find out why she forced him out 3 years ago. Ruby keeps a deception potion active so that neither Derek nor his friends can uncover the reason behind the darkness that lives in her. Here is it done. And it's done. Oh, there it is. Hex marks the spot. Madeline Aft. Looking for charming stock for the store, Maggie accompanies her boss and favorite witch Felicity down to the county-wide craft bazaar. Felicity falls hard for a beautiful armoire intricately carved by an Amish craftsman. Maggie can't help noticing that through his clothes may be plain, he himself is more handsome than a man sporting a jawline-only beard has any right to be. And it seems pretty aware that the ladies love this furniture. But when the hunky craftsman turns up dead with a strange hex symbol etched in his corpse, Maggie wonders if the craft involved is witchy kind, because Maggie knows that dead men could well have been oversexed, but she has a strong suspicion that he was overhexed. Check it out. You may see me read this one as a video in the next couple days. I'm looking forward to this one. Rebecca Thorne can't spell treason without T. Al, Raina, and Kinsey want to open a bookshop that serves tea while firelight drifts between the rafters. But Raina works as one of the Queen's private guards, and Kins is the most powerful mage in existence. Leaving their lives isn't so easy. But after an assassin takes Raina's hostage, she decides thoroughly done risking her life for a self-centered queen. Meanwhile, Kenneth has been waiting for a chance to flee responsibility, all the better that her girlfriend is on board. Together they settle in a town nestled in the icy tundra near Dragon Country, and open the shop of their dreams. What follows is a cozy, sexy tale of mishaps, mysteries, and murderous queen throwing the realm's biggest temper tantrum while these two women discover just what they mean to each other. Yes, ma'am, come here. Come here, come say hi. Come say hi. Hi. Do you watch my videos? I did a video the other day for Mommy, and nobody watched it. No one watched it. Absolutely seriously. YouTube didn't show it to anybody. It's my If Cats Could Talk and her in a box. So check it out. Because no one else has seen it. And if you're still here, thank you for still being here. H.P. Mallory, Wishful Thinking. 4 stars. This is the 3rd novel in Mallory's Juliet Wilkins series, and readers would do best to start at the beginning. Mallory's writing is fun, and her protagonist is smart, giving this book an edge. The author does a great job of keeping the pace until the final pages where twists are turned and questions answered. You want to sit here, Missy? Come here. Come here. How's it going there, girl? Okay, there's room for you now. Good? Oh, what'd you see? I don't know what she saw. Jolie Wilkins is just a girl telling fortunes and reading palms when a handsome warlock walks into her life. Now she's about to be crowned queen of the underworld. Ruling over various groups of supernaturals isn't exactly something she ever studied for in college. And her rare talent for raising the dead isn't going to help her this time. Even her personal life is in shambles. She has been keeping a devastating secret from the love of her life while a handsome vampire and her sworn guardian attempt to seduce her. Instead of running away, Julie decides to dig in her heels and take charge of her destiny. And I like this so much, I may do these as a series too, as one of my videos, because I actually found a second one. The Witch is Back. Fourth in Mallory funny and romantic series. This can be read alone, but we fully appreciate it if you read it in order, because of the time-twisting plot. The Witch is Back can be viewed almost as a prequel or alternate ending for lighter fare than the previous novel, Wishful Thinking. This installment, Jolie Wilkins series, is full of humor, genuine dialogue, and realistic characterization that will delight readers. Mallory has a gift for leaving the readers wanting more. Fortunately, exclusive content is included for those readers desiring a bit more Jolie in their lives. So check it out. Funny and feisty, Witch Jolie Wilkins is back, or rather she's back to humble beginnings. Propelled into the past to her old Los Angeles fortune-telling shop, Julie has no idea she possesses extraordinary powers, and she definitely doesn't remember becoming queen of the underworld. But at least she has two incredibly sexy men vying for her affection. Check it out. I'm going to need to make a list. Another one that I highly recommend is an awesome series. Awesome. Fabulous series. The audiobooks suck. Don't listen to the audiobooks. Read the books. This is the one time I'm an audiobook person. I love audiobooks. I love Audible. But not this. Because the guy that reads the Jim Butcher books is Jim Marston's. Or I got the first name wrong. He is from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he played Spike. And he reads the book in one single tone, even if there is a big fight action scene going on. He reads the book in one tone, never changing his tone, and it drives me bonkers. So I do not listen to the audiobooks for this particular series. It's the one series that I do not recommend the audiobooks because it's irritating as all hell. But Harry Dresden, this is book one. I actually found book one. Harry Dresden is best at what he does. Well, technically, he's the only at what he does. So when the Chicago PD has a case that transcends mortal creativity or capability, they come to him for answers. For the everyday world is actually full of strange and magical things, and most of them don't play well with humans. That's where Harry comes in, takes a wizard to catch, well, whatever. And he does. Every case, every book, there's a mystery that's to be solved. Come here, come back. You're back again, come here. Come on. How you doing? How's it going? Mommy's got so many books here. I know. I just piled my books. This is a big podcast. But this is a really, really, really good series. And this is book one. And it's awesome. It's been a really stand-up good series the whole time. So you have to check it out. But Harry is a wizard. And he gets in some trouble. He gets in some serious trouble in a couple of the books. But it's a good series. I highly recommend it. Uh, alright. Next up, Anya Bast. Witch Fury. Got 4.5 stars. Bast finishes up her Elementary Witches quartet with plenty of fast-paced action and flair. She's done a terrific job setting up the supernatural conflict that comes to a thrilling climax in this book. Following her foster mother's funeral, Seraphina's life takes a harrowing turn when she and her dog Gossip are kidnapped by the Steffish Fausch, CEO of Dusk Off International. At first, Seraphina thinks Stefan is nuts when he claims she's a fire witch, but after remembering how her crazy biological mother died, she starts to wonder. When the house where Seraphina is being held is attacked by Coven witches, she's captured by Earth Witch Thea Winters. So check it out. The Goodbye Witch. There's another book that I was looking and I couldn't find it, and I'm like, the name was on the tip of my tongue and I couldn't find it. I was like, ugh. So anyways, I found this one. The Goodbye Witch. Heather Blake, got 4.5 stars. Blake has written another winner. Her narrative character growth getting better with each book. The plot is entertaining and fast-moving. Don't step on my computer. Here. The plot, entertaining and fast-moving, usually gang is back to solve an intriguing crime, and the determination of Darcy and her friends is remarkable. Local witch Darcy Merriweather's closest friend, Starla survived a horrific attack by her husband Kyle 2 years ago. No one has seen or heard from Kyle since he escaped from jail. Now his body is turned up in Starla's apartment under the assumption that Starla must be innocent. Dolly and the rest of her magical gang join forces to find the real killer. Check it out. Hi, Sadie. What? What? Hi, Sadie. I can't tell you how many times I have pulled this book up. The Witches of Echo Park. Multi-talented Benson returns with a story of sisterhood, magic, and secrets as one unprepared young woman must face her fate. This captivating series starter has eerie premonitions of its center as unsuspecting Elsie McAllister returns home to dark and dangerous times foretold by elder members of the Echo Park Coven. To help tell his intriguing tale, Benson employs dream sequences to enlighten Elsie and the readers as to pivotal previous events and their modern-day repercussions. There she is. Goodbye. Elsie is gut-punched when she learns that the woman who adopted her great-aunt Eleanor is ill and dying. Elsie returns to Echo Park, California to be with Eleanor, unaware of her true heritage and destiny. It turns out that Eleanor is the leader of a powerful coven of witches, but she never told Elsie about her life or the fact that Elsie too is a witch. Initially intending to just humor her dying aunt, Elsie agrees to participate in some rituals, but she quickly realizes the magic is for real. For decades there have been ominous warnings about the flood and its dire consequences. Events are quickly and spiraling out of control. Elsie's prepared to accept her destiny. Is she? So check it out. Sorry about my computer. It's only what I've got here. Look Both Ways. Carol J. Perry. 4 stars. The Witchy City series continues with a strong and spooky installment. The haunting ambience of Salem, Massachusetts makes it the perfect setting. An old oak bureau with secret compartments and a famous local murder add to the mystery of the plot. The psychic elements enhance the story. The effect is an entertaining paranormal cozy with plenty of secrets and blonde-haired, blue-eyed suspects to keep readers guessing. Lee Barrett decides to purchase an oak bureau that resembles one from her childhood. A Tolliver Antiques and Unique, she meets the shop's owner, Shay Tolliver. She informs Lee the bureau came from the estate of a murdered woman, Helena Tremp. After the bureau is delivered, Lee returns to Shay's shop where she finds the woman dead. Some point the finger at Shay's old business partner. However, Lee wonders if the murder is connected to the old bureau and the secret compartments. We shall see. Elizabeth Thornton, A Bewitching Bride. 4.5 stars. One of the genre's grand mistresses delights with an enchanting romance blending paranormal poignancy, passion, and suspense. Kate Cameron has a secret. She has a gift that enables her to read others. When her friend Dr. Rankin is murdered, she joins forces with psychic Gavin Hepburn to unmask the killer. Gavin senses that Kate is his equal, but that she fears her abilities because she is plagued by dreams from her childhood. He protects Kate when she agrees to become the bait to lure the killer out of hiding. When they are found asleep in Kate's room, they must marry, and quickly love grows, and so does the danger. Interesting. What did I drop here? Yasmine Galoon, Bone Magic. 4 stars. When it comes to complicated romantic entanglements, Camille Diageo is definitely the queen. In the heroine's ongoing life story, GALENORN chooses the many powerful forms of love. Difficult choices loom for all 3 sisters. Already spirit-bound and married to both the dragon Smokey and the fox demon Mario, Camille still longs to reunite with her first love, Thornton Trevelyan, but she isn't sure how Trevelyan will act being the 4th. The biggest problem at the moment is the new demon general who is wreaking havoc on Earth. When Camille is summoned to the other world by the Moon Mother and Black Beast, she hopes to reunite with Trevelyan, but she discovers that the most participate in a drastic ritual that will change all their lives. Check it out. Now I had this. What is it? Oh, it's too early. Okay, so there isn't one. Forbidden Magic, Cheyenne McCrae. A Dianu witch, Silva Ancroft knows she walks a perilous line by practicing gray magic, but it's the only way to protect herself from the evil that surrounds her. After the horrors she has witnessed, Silva thinks she is ready for anything until most intensely arousing being she has ever encountered swiftly and sensually proves her wrong. Hawk is a Tuath Dian warrior, powerful beings descend from the Fae, and for him duty has always come before pleasure. Then clad only in moonlight, Silva Ashcroft welcomes her to the city of San Francisco and makes his blood sing with passion beyond compare, but the terrifying reality of his mission lurks in every shadow. I'll have to remember this for my Fae series, because we will do Mary Gentry, Laurel K. Hamilton's Fae series, and Karen Marie Moaning has a Fae series too, so we will be doing Fae down the line. On the Edge, Alina Andrews, 4.5 stars. Cementing her position as a rising star of supernatural fiction, Andrews launches a vibrant new series filled with magic, menace, since world building as well as characterization are 2 of the author's strengths. Readers are quickly drawn into her distinctive series. The enormous gulf between the story's protagonists makes their romantic relationship dance all the more captivating. Raising her 2 rascally young brothers in the territory known as Edge has strained Rose Drayton. The Edge sits between 2 worlds, one filled with magic, the weird, the other not, the broken, and Edgers can travel between them. Rose's life is turned upside down by the appearance of a blue-blooded noble from the weird named Declan Cameron. Rose fears Declan is her magical power, so she tries to drive him off. But the sudden arrival of a malevolent magic creature throws them together. It's gonna take me forever to put all this stuff away. I found this on my bookcase. Bewitched. Susan Kennard, Maggie Shayne, Lisa Higdon, Amy Elizabeth Saunders. And I don't know the bottom two, but I know the top two have a serious career. So this may have been one of the earlier books they did. I've got a few of Susan Kennard's, but I've got a ton of Maggie Shayne's. Save Cat, Get Witch. When a rescued black cat turns into a beautiful ever after grateful witch, Jack Danner has his hands full trying to ward off her latest seductive spell. Everything She Does Is Magic by national best-selling author Maggie Shayne. When a trio of matchmaking witches chooses unsuspecting little Nathan McBride as the perfect mate for their baby niece, the future looks rosy indeed, except for one little catch: they must keep him a virgin. A Spell of Mist and Roses by Amy Elizabeth Saunders. Banished to a cursed castle, an arrogant nobleman seeks the help of a beautiful village witch, but first he must open his mind and his heart. Aww. I did that right. I did that. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. As one of those few witches in Britain, Micah Moon knows she has to hide her magic, keep her head down, and stay away from other witches so their powers don't mingle and draw attention. As an orphan who lost her parents at a young age and was raised by strangers, she's used to being alone, and she follows the rules with one exception: an online account where she posts videos pretending to be a witch. She thinks no one will take it seriously. But someone does. An unexpected message arrived begging her to travel to the remote and mysterious Nowhere House to teach the young witches how to control their magic. It breaks all the rules, but Micah goes anyway and is immediately tangled up in the lives and secrets of not only her three charges, but also an absent archaeologist, a retired actor, two long-suffering caretakers, and Jamie. So check it out. And these are heavy. With all my relatives passing away and being alone and setting up for this series, for this If Then episode, I had just recently was given, actually, one of my relatives, my last existing relative, and it's not even a blood relative, it's a blood relative by marriage, but anyways, discovered correspondence between my grandparents and my aunt 40 years ago, before I was like 3-ish years old, and they talk about me in the letter. And so I was setting up for this series, and I went, because you can't do this series without the Queen, Anne Rice. I mean, you know her from Vampire Lestat, but do you know that she had a witch series too? Mayfield. But so I went to get this book off my shelves, and I had a moment. Can you see that? To Christina, love Grandma and Grandpa. For Christmas 1990, they bought this book for me. Oh, it warms my little heart. I saw this, I had a little verklempt moment. So, demonstrating once again her gift for spellbinding storytelling and creation of a legend. This was a whole series. Anne Rice makes real for us a great dynasty of witches, a family given to poetry and to incest, to murder, philosophy. A family that over the ages is itself haunted by a powerful, dangerous, and seductive being. On the veranda of a great New Orleans house, now faded, a mute and fragile woman sits rocking, and the witching hour begins. It begins in our time with a rescue at sea. Rowan Mayfair, a beautiful woman, a brilliant practitioner of neurosurgery, aware that she has special powers but unaware that she comes from an ancient line of witches, finds the drowned body of a man off the coast of California and brings him to life. He is Michael Curie, who was born in New Orleans and orphaned in childhood by fire on Christmas Eve, who pulled himself up from poverty and who now, in his brief interval of death, has acquired a sensory power that mystifies and frightens him. As these two, fiercely drawn to each other, fall in love, in passionate alliance, set out to solve the mystery of her past and his unwelcome gift. The novel moves backwards and forward in time from today's New Orleans and San Francisco to a long ago Amsterdam and Chateau in France of Louis XV. An intricate tale of evil unfolds, an evil unleashed in the 17th century Scotland, where the first witch, Suzanne of Mayfair, conjures up the spirit named Lasher. This book is heavy, Lord, massively heavy. Let's see. It's almost 1,000 pages, 950 something pages. Huge book. Where'd the other one go? Oh, and I think it was Amazon Prime. I think, because I watched it, so it had to have been Amazon Prime. I don't think it was Netflix because I did the Bridgertons on Net, but I think this is Amazon Prime. A few years ago, this showed up as a TV series on Amazon Prime. This particular book got 3 stars. This book's premise is completely improbable. Once one moves past the supernatural creatures, the characters are impossibly special, and yet it's nearly impossible to stop reading once you start. Interesting. Have you seen the series? This is a compelling story full of unlikely coincidence, which is peopled with characters that, in the hands of a lesser writer, would feel uninspired and cliched. Tenure history professor Diana Bishop is settled in for a quiet research session at Oxford University Bowling Library when she unwittingly calls up a manuscript believed to have been lost forever. Diana is the last of the Bishop witches, and while she has eschewed her supernatural heritage in the past, she finds her present and future inextricably tied up with it. Vampire geneticist and all-around amazing guy Matthew Claremont finds himself fascinated with Diana and with protecting her from the hardy hordes of supernatural baddies who come out of the woodwork after she makes her discovery. Their alliance violates centuries-old taboos, but they forge onward in hopes of being the first to discover the secrets of the book. So check that out. Okay. And another of, I read these differently, but anyways, I thought I would show you, there's a whole series, and they do the sisters, and then she does the brothers, and she does some other ones. And we have Oceans of Fire. See, now the book says it too. Wait a second. Let me go look. Just a second. Okay. So I found them. Magic in the Wind. Sarah's come home ever since Damon Wilder sought refuge in Sea Haven. He's heard the same breathless rumors pass the lips of every local in the sleepy coastal town. Even the wind seems to whisper her name. A revere so powerful, suggestive that it carries the curious Damon to Sarah's cliffed-out home and seeks to shelter him there. Twilight Before Christmas. Best-selling novelist Kate Drake is one of the 7 sisters gifted with amazing powers of witchcraft. Returning home for her Northern California's town annual Christmas pageant, Kate decides to open a bookstore in a charming but run-down historic mill. Decorated former U.S. Army Ranger Matt Granite, now a local contractor, doesn't mind working in the undeniable eerie house, not if it means getting closer to Kate. Oceans of Fire. As the third daughter in a magical bloodline, Abigail Drake was born with mystical affinity for water and possesses a particularly strong bond with dolphins. She spends her entire life studying them, learning from them, and swimming among them in the waters off her hometown of Haven, until the day that Abby witnesses a cold-blooded murder on shore and found herself fleeing for her life, right into the arms of Alexandre Voltov. He is an Interpol agent on the trail of stolen Russian antiquities, a relentless man who gets what he goes after, and the man who broke Abby's heart, but he isn't going to let the only woman he ever loved be placed in harm's way or slip away from his embrace. Book 4. Dangerous Tides. Dr. Libby Drake is sensible and practical to her more adventurous sisters. She's always been the good girl, certainly not the kind to attract the attention of a genius like Ty Derrick, until a tragic accident leaves the handsome biochemist at her mercy. Safe Harbor. One of 7 daughters in line of extraordinary women, Hannah Drake has been the elusive object of affection for Jonas Harrington for as long as the rugged sheriff can remember. If only this stunning supermodel was driven by passion other than her career, but Jonas isn't the only one with desires for Hannah. Turbulent Sea. The star Jolie Drake was born with a legacy of unexpected magical gifts, but it was the gift of singing that made her an overnight sensation, a rock and roll goddess trapped by fame, fortune, and ambition. Heated by the flush of success, Jolie can have any man she wants, and there's only one man who can give her what she really needs. Hidden Currents. Sheriff Jackson Devereaux has always loved Ellie Drake, the youngest telepath of 7 sisters. After a long time away, she's finally returning to the small-town coastal village of Sea Haven. But someone has other plans for Ellie, someone who doesn't want her to make it back. Those out. Up. Bewitched, Bothered, and Biscotti. 4 stars. In the second installment of the Magical Bakery series, Kate delivers a tale of magic and mayhem. Kate and her coven are quite an eclectic bunch of witches. The mystery plot will have readers guessing whodunit all the way to the very end. Kate Lightfoot is struggling to come to the terms of the fact that she is a witch. Running the Honeybee Bakery with her aunt and uncle is adding to the confusion in her life, and to top it off, 2 very handsome men, Declan and Stevie, are interested in her romantically. When Kate is on a picnic with Declan, they discover a dead body. Kate notices that there is a strange tattoo on the man's arm. After being questioned by detectives, they are released from the scene. Back at the bakery, Kate's spell book club, a diverse group of witches, wonders what his tattoo means. When one of the members recognizes the tattoo as a symbol of ancient Druid clan, things really start to heat up. Knowing that Steve has a magical background, Kate goes to him for assistance with the tattoo. As luck would have it, Steve is a member of the Druid clan. Getting close to solving the mystery is getting dangerous for Kate. It becomes clear that she could be the next victim. Check it out. Ileana Andrews, Yasmine Gallon, Allison James, and Jean C. Stein. 4.5 stars. When you combine the talents of these outstanding UF authors, you are bound to get one unforgettable anthology. All 4 short stories are based in the exceptional words of each author's series. The awesome Andrew kicks things off with Magic Dreams, which features nearsighted vegetarian white tigress Dali Hamu as she laces down an evil threatening to destroy her secret crush Jim, the alpha of the Cat Clan. Second up is multi-talented GALENORN's Ice Shards, which focuses as Finnish house sprite Iris Koos as she, Camille, Smokey, and Rosari venture back to the Northlands to break a curse. Next, double hexed by Rising Star James aka Jennifer Ashley as a Stormwalker. Janet Begay, her dragon boyfriend Mick, and their friends are trapped inside her hotel by a powerful and deadly curse. Rounding out the quartet is Blood Debt by the highly talented Stein. Vampire Anna Strong must face the fallout from her decision to kill a treacherous and dangerous witch. Maggie Shayne, Mark of the Witch, 4.5 stars. In her first novel of her newest series, The Fantastic Shayne has hit once again. She is meticulously built an intriguing plot with strong characters in the form of ancient witches to reborn fulfill their destiny. Readers will savor this superb story from start to finish. Indra Simon's stunningly real dreams are beginning to attack her. When one nightmare has her waking with welts on her arms, she knows it's time to get help. A lapsed, weakened, intricate contacts her local high priestess, but helps come from more unusual sources. Father Thomas has petitioned the court to leave the priesthood when the legend he has heard all his life of the three witches returning to help their master shows signs of being real. Interesting. And I've been trying to figure out where I saw these. I just can't find them. I have no idea where I saw these. But we'll just do these two. The Winter Witch, Paula Brackstone. In her small, early 19th century Welsh town, there is no one quite Morgan. She is quick and quiet, pretty enough to attract a suitor, but things are set her apart from other girls. Though her mind is sharp, she has not spoken since she was a young girl. Her silence is a mystery as well as her magic, the household objects that seem to move at her command, the bad luck that visits those who do her ill. Concerned for her safety, her mother is eager to see Morgan married, and Kai Jennings, the widow drover from the far hills who knows nothing of the rumors that swirl around her, seems the best choice. The Midnight Witch, Paula Braxton. Lady Lilith Montgomery is the daughter of the 6th Duke of Radnor. She is one of the most beautiful young women in London and engaged to city's most eligible bachelor. She is also a witch. When her father dies, her helpless brother Freddie takes on his title. But Lilith, instructed in the art of necromancy, who inherits their father's role as head witch of the Lazarus Coven, and it is Lilith who must face the threat of Sentinels, a powerful group of sorcerers who are intent on reclaiming the elixir from the Coven's guardian for their own dark purposes. Interesting. They may show up. Let's see. Was this one? I just didn't want to waste the... Okay. Kalayna Price. Grave Witch. 4 stars. Price launches a new urban fantasy series with a heroine with an unusual relationship with death. He likes her. Protagonist Alex leads an intriguing cast of characters that inhabit a reality where the supernatural have revealed themselves. The uneasy relationship with humans and the paranormal gives the story an edge. Grave Witch Alex Kraft is trying to make a living raising shades of the deceased. When she is called into consult on a few murder cases, Alex gets more than she bargained for. First, the shade of a murdered woman attacks her, which shouldn't be possible. Then, while studying the body of a murdered Governor Theodore Coleman, Alex discovers some unusual spells have been cast. Then, somewhat mysterious Detective Phelan Andrews is not happy at Alex's interference. Alex learns from a very helpful ghost at Roy Pearson that the body of Coleman is really Roy's. As Alex investigates, the murders all point toward the advent of a major spell casting. So that sounds good. Alright. I don't know why I wanted that. Let me see what this says. Oh, this was another Maggie Shayne. Blood of the Sorceress. I like that. 4.5 stars. Shayne has ended her latest series with a turbulent ride that will have readers loving every moment. Magic and love are only part of a fabulous, strong story that teems with passion. Each book in this series has gotten progressively better, and now with its amazing final installment, readers will be wishing there was more. The last of the 3 ancient witches, Lilith has been reborn to fulfill the remaining part of her legacy to rescue her love. Demetrius is certainly attracted to Lilith, but the passage of time and the influence of a treacherous high priest has hardened him. See what happens there. And I think that's about it. There's one more. It'll take me forever to put all this stuff away. I have no idea. Keri Arthur, Blood-Kissed. In a world where magic and science sit side by side and powerful witches are considered necessary aids for all governments, Lizzie Grace is something of an outcast. Though born into one of the most powerful blue-blood witch families, she wants nothing to do with either her past or her magic. But when she and Belle, her human familiar, and her best friend open a small cafe in the Feyland Werewolf Reservation, she quickly finds herself immersed in the hunt for a vampire intent on wreaking bloody havoc. He's a hunt that soon becomes personal, and one that's going to take all his skills to survive. And that's if the werewolves who hate all things witch don't get her first. Was that enough? Was that enough different witches for you? I could probably go on for another couple of decades. There may be. Here's two without pictures. Barely Bewitched, Kimberly Frost. If you loved Would Be Witched, you'll also love Adore Frost's latest. She improves her series about Tamara Trask, a southern witch with a penchant for getting in serious, albeit hilarious trouble. This time around, however, Frost delves deeper into the romantic choices Tammy Jo must make and develops the characters Tammy Jo's plotting a way to steal her jewelry back from the enemy when once again all heck breaks loose in the town of Duval. She's being called in front of the World Association of Magic to defend her use of magic. 2 witches have come to assist her in training for the challenge, and one of them likes to play with fire. What was this one? Oh, I did that one. So that's it. I think I've covered all of the another honorable mention. I'll just throw this out there. Slightly Spellbound, Kimberly Frost, 4.5 stars. Filled with an incredible laugh-out-loud humor, Slightly Spellbound is lighthearted, whimsical, and absolutely delightful. Although this is the 4th book in the series, new readers will have no difficulty jumping right in. Oh, this is the Tammy Jo. This is the one I just read over there. Okay, so we've done this. So definitely check out this series. If I pulled it 3 times, it must be a good series. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some new witch books. I hope Kim Harrison, Anya Best, Christine Feehan, Maggie Shayne, they're all out there. There's more witch stories. There's tons of witch stories out there. These are just the ones that I found as a random search. So there are more. There's probably more back there too. I looked. I did some of them. These are the ones that jumped out at me. There's probably pounds more back there, and we'll get to them in future videos. But if you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And if you made it this far in the video, awesome, absolutely awesome. I hope you liked it. I hope you would check out all of these books. Thank you so much.